the studio started calling me and gave me the news, and it was all official. Yeah, mate, it was crazy.
What kid doesn't dream about becoming Spider-Man? Well, for Tom Holland, that dream became a reality. Greetings, fellow Spidey fans. It's hard to imagine anyone else besides Tom Holland playing the MCU Spider-Man, and it's even harder to see any other actor or actress playing his family, friends, and foes. Today, we'll be taking a look at behind the scenes of how some of your favorite Spider-Man stars got their roles.
You know, I wanted to get into movies, and this is finally it, and it's crazy that it's Spider-Man.
Holland's audition process lasted a lengthy 7 months, including screen tests with both Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. During his test with Downey, Holland's agent warned him that Marvel preferred that their actors stick to the script. The Iron Man star ended up going off script, leading the two to riff off each other. Holland left the audition hopeful, and even called his mom to tell her he thought he may have landed the part. 6 weeks went by, which caused Holland to lose hope, but sure enough, he was flown back out to Atlanta to do a screen test with Evans. After weeks of not hearing back, he assumed that he lost the part, until one fateful day when he saw an Instagram post from Marvel.
I type in Marvel, I've still got the article saved on my computer.
I did it, and it says we would like to introduce our new Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
I ran downstairs, I was telling my family, I was like, I got it, I got the part.
Zendaya initially didn't know she was auditioning for a brand new Spider-Man pick, with the casting call vaguely calling for a girl in movie.
I didn't even know what kind of character I was gonna play till I got there and got to sign a non-disclosure.
Her auditions went flawlessly. Holland recalled that the producers knew right away that they found their MJ.
She came in and they cast her before she even left the room.
Upon dropping out of college in Hawaii, Batalon found himself a talent agent who advised him to join the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. He initially didn't even have much of an interest in acting.
I wanted to be a musician at first.
Okay.
When I was going to college still in Hawaii.
I was studying music theory, but then I dropped out, and then acting just kind of happened for me.
Film school made me really appreciate filmmaking.
During his final year, he did his very first audition, sending in a self-tape submission for a supporting role in a Marvel movie, never thinking it'd go anywhere. As fate would tell, Batalon received a callback and was flown out to Burbank to perform a screen test with Tom Holland. Batalon described the audition as nerve-wracking, stating that Tom had a really good time, but I was shaking in my shoes. But it was really fun. Gyllenhaal has gone on record to say that it's the character-driven films like Donnie Darko and Nightcrawler that have attracted him the most. When Gyllenhaal received a call from Far From Home director Jon Watts about potentially playing the role of Mysterio, he stated that he had to do his research first to see if it'd be the kind of role that he's keen on playing. That has always been my desire, to find something in that space that seems to match my skill, and also what I love, and my own honesty.
And it just so happened that it does with that part.
Revolori initially auditioned to play the webhead himself, since the casting call was open to any ethnicity. He claimed that while it was fun, he felt like he botched his audition. He would later return to audition for the role of Ned, getting called back multiple times, before the producers realized they had another role in mind for him: Flash Thompson. Revolori wasn't told the name of the character, and was told to recite the lines of Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. As a comic book fan, he ultimately put 2 and 2 together and realized that he was actually auditioning for Flash. Tomei initially wasn't aware of the Aunt May character in the comics, and went through the entire negotiation talks not knowing her character was traditionally depicted as a senior citizen. Tomei claims she was horrified upon learning more about the character. She and the producers initially considered giving her character her traditional silver locks, before ultimately going a completely new route with the character that Tomei would be more comfortable playing. From the time the creative team behind Homecoming decided that Vulture would be the villain, they knew right away which actor they wanted to portray the classic Spider-Man foe: Michael Keaton. Surprisingly, Keaton almost wasn't cast in the role, as talks initially fell through due to scheduling conflicts. In the end, Keaton did land the part, and now it's hard to picture anybody else in the role of the winged villain. His audition process didn't last nearly as long as some of his other co-stars when it came to being cast as Peter's romantic rival Brad Davis. sent in an audition tape, and there were fake lines that I'd use. So I didn't know what I was doing.
And then I just got a call that said, do you want a role in Spider-Man?
Within the span of a week, he was flown out to London to join his co-stars on set of the blockbuster sequel. Harrier revealed that she was simply just sent the casting call for her character Liz.
You know, you get this email like Spider-Man, like, oh yeah, that's never gonna happen.
But then I had another one, and then I had a screen test. During this process, she was able to learn more about the character of Liz, and how this incarnation would be different from the comics. Upon hearing about Zendaya's casting, Harrier thought she had lost the role, but a call with her agent reassured her that she was still in the running for Liz. Rice was just coming off her breakout role in The Nice Guys upon being cast in the role. She revealed that she was actually participating in the audition process for Betty Brant while doing press for the crime comedy. Totah, like Revolori, initially auditioned for the role of Ned, but after losing the part, the film's producers told her that they still wanted her in the film. Peter's classmate Seymour. Totah noted that the character wasn't initially written for a specific orientation, but worked with Watts to inject more of her personality into the character. Smooth actually made his Marvel debut in an Audi commercial alongside Holland, and was able to make connections on set. Thanks to his work on the commercial, he soon got a call to be in Far From Home, which he happily accepted.
You okay? I'm fine.
Lendeborg's charisma and great reputation helped him land the part of Jason. He recalls having dinner with Watts, with the director telling him, "Hey, when I asked around, everyone said that you were really good to work with. The reason we stopped pursuing other actors was because people said they didn't like them." Simmons memorably played J. Jonah Jameson in Sam Raimi's original trilogy, but despite it being the same character, Kevin Feige has made it clear that it is not the same incarnation. Feige and Watts even made plans that if Simmons turned the role down, that they'd have to completely reinvent the character.
It's great to have the opportunity as these things evolve to be one of the holdovers from the previous version.
Barrick is one of the first openly trans actors in the MCU. He had actually auditioned last minute, but was quickly cast and was flown out to film in London. He appreciated that his character's gender identity didn't define his personality, and that he was simply just along for the ride. Audiences around the world have come to love the cast of Marvel Studios' Spider-Man franchise, and it's obvious why. The cast has come from all different kinds of backgrounds, giving the films a diverse point of view. It'd be hard for us to picture a Spider-Man movie going any other way. Who's your favorite actor or actress from the Spider-Man films?